Greetings and salutations. Welcome, one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 1st Edition Reign of Winter. That's right. Before Rime of the Frost Maiden was Rime of the Frost Maiden, Pathfinder had a frigid and icy tale to tell themselves, and we are here to tell that tale. Joining me today are these wonderful and amazing people over there. You can see the boo, boo, boo. These are my Patreons, the people who help me keep the lights on and help support my channel and allow me to do all the cool, wonderful, and amazing things that we do here on the Dead Aussie Gamer channel. G'day, guys! How we all doing?
Yay!
Yay!
Doing pretty well, doing pretty well.
Hello.
Amazing. It's so good to see you all. I cannot wait for today's session. We as you can see, have a new character to introduce after last week's events. If you want to see last week's events, of course, all the videos are available on YouTube, which, thanks to, of course, my little fairy duo, Calindria and Lucas, who will play Kitcher and Kyrie, they're now in playlist form, so you guys can actually see them in a way that's not gonna, like, ruin your brain. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for sorting all of that out for us. Yeah, very, very appreciated. Now, there's another announcement we got to make just before we get started today, and that is our convergence goal. Look at that. The cosplay goal has been reached, which means I have started piecing together the costume pieces. All of these stuff is, well, not all of the stuff. Most of the stuff has been ordered. I'm still waiting on some, like, to find some good shoes and stuff like that, but the majority of it is either here or on its way, and I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you guys across the different games that I run. A huge and sincere thank you for helping me reach this goal. Not only are we going to get ourselves to Convergence, but I'm going to be dressed up in a pretty sick costume, interacting with folks, hanging out, and playing off this character. And most importantly, the character that I'm playing, my character Aki, is a fire dancer. Now, I don't know about whether or not I'll be able to do to get fire safety license and all that sorted, but I am going to be doing some staff work, and I've got to say, with the costume on, that staff work is very pretty. It's very cool, and I will have lots of videos. I will have lots of like live things going on while we're there. So definitely be ready for all that. So thank you guys for being a part of that and helping me get there. Before we get started, we got some people to thank. That is, of course, our list of sponsors for the show. First of all, we have to thank Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks that they provide for us time in and time out. Guys, I cannot stress enough how powerful and how useful a tool Hero Forge is for all of my games. Not only do I get to make custom miniatures just the way I like them, but for games like this, I can not only use for my character's avatar, so you guys can get that real sense that they're here and they're interacting and you know who's speaking when they're speaking, but also really get a good sense of the characters as I want you to portray them. I don't just want to make, like, Grax a goblin character, right? I don't just want him to be a goblin. I want those little details of him with the book, like, hungrily looking at it like he's about to eat it, to tell you that he is a tome eater, character. I want to be able to look at Kichiro's character and go, well, now he's got the blessing of the Dark Rider, and we now have this inky black version of his oriental armor to bear. Lots of these and more are just always just so useful for me as a Hero Forge user. So whether or not you use Hero Forge and order your miniatures in person, or if, like me, you're a subscriber, go check it out, heroforge.com. Next up, of course, my games have suffered recently, and I'm willing to admit this as a GM. My games have suffered because due to some tech issues, I have not been able to use Sirenscape for my players, and I feel bad. But today, we have solved those issues, and we are now back using Sirenscape for our sound sets, because a great game deserves great sounds, and there is no better way to do it than, of course, with your own personalized soundboard from Sirenscape. So yeah, follow the link and check that out. And guys, last but not least, our big VTT of choice is Fantasy Grounds. Fantasy Grounds makes my life easy and makes me look good. Makes me look like I do a lot of work for these games. But honestly, none of this is work. This is all an absolute pleasure, and Fantasy Grounds is a pleasure to use as well. So, yay, there you go. So yeah. That may be good, but when you don't earn a lot of money, it can be expensive. If you don't really have parties and DMs, yes, Hero Forge is nice to mess around with. Absolutely. If you don't have money to buy the minis and stuff like that, I think the yearly subscription is like $50 a year. That's like barely a cup of coffee a month for a subscription to Hero Forge, and you muck about with so much stuff, and the community is so welcoming and open as well. If you find yourself on their Discord, just saying.
They're always adding more to it too, so it's kind of
and
awesome.
they're always adding more stuff to it. They're constantly upgrading it and changing it. So yeah. That was a bit longer a Hero Forge plug than I normally do, but you know what? I've been working on it very, very recently because we've got Dragon Kitchen coming up this weekend on my Sunday and the US Saturdays. So yeah, look on the lookout for that because yeah, it's been a lot of fun. All right, moving right along, let's meet our characters, and we're going to start in reverse order this time, starting with none other than my dear friend Tim playing the Oriad monk Cromwell. Hello, Tim.
Hello. Are we doing brief intros? Or...
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's mix it up a bit. Let's mix it up a bit. I've always wanted to do this.
Ooh.
Let's go with let's start a tradition here on this time slot. Just see how it works. When I ask you about your character, I want you to do a first-person perspective, like those what do you call it? Like those found footage journal type things about maybe not necessarily recap the whole of last episode, but where you are right now and what you are. Like say, hi, my name is Tim. I play Cromwell. Because I've already said you're the Oriad monk. You can then be Cromwell. So I climbed up a fucking hill today, and that was bullshit. Or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's try that. Let's see if this is cool. All right. So Tim, you're up first on the chopping block.
Remember what happened last episode.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. It means you guys have to all pay attention and doing my game. All right. Yeah. Anyway, go on. Give it a go.
Yes, well, we had some epic struggles, well, I guess earlier today, as we were battling our way through the large tower. Everyone got split up everywhere, which, I always say that's, if you want to search a place the quickest, that's the most effective way to do it. Unfortunately, Grax managed to get isolated. We may have had a casualty, or at least someone is not looking too healthy at the moment. Yeah, we managed to fight our way. Well, I guess not fight the dragon would be an accurate description, but we certainly, most of us, evaded the dragon. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, there was a giant dragon that came in and tried to eat us.
Nice. We only need to
scale the outside of the tower because the elevator wasn't working. So as you do.
Nice. We only need to do piecemeal because otherwise we're gonna have everyone recap everything simultaneously.
I was trying to just set what actually happened so everyone else doesn't have to try and remember it either.
Grax, our occultist, goblin, eater of tomes, and burner of people's fortune-telling cards. Played by our dear friend Neil from Immersion Diversion.
Hello.
Take it away.
I play Grax. Grax got a little bit of a cold shoulder trying to meet with the dragon as he ran away and scaled up the teleporting doorway thing or whatever, and then fought a boss.
Grax.
Yeah.
First person.
I know. I'm trying.
That's third
Some
person.
of the voices. Grax speaks
Maybe
in third
Grax speaks
person.
in third person.
Does Grax speak in third person? That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Let's give another person to go. All right, Lucas, take it away with Kichiro, our samurai kitsune.
Today was a little crazy. I died, so that was fun. Talked to this really perverted old man. That was pretty cool. Gave me some good advice though, and then I was alive again, and there was a dragon, which left after Mistwind did some really stupid things, but I appreciate what they did. I know why they did it. Still dumb, but I get it. And and then we went to fight a guy, and he ran away. So it was a good day, all in all.
Beautiful. I like it. Then, of course, playing our Ratfolk Slayer is the also slaying Calindria.
Well, hello. So I found treasure, which I appreciate. The dragon, not so much. I also definitely understand what Miss One was going for, but I would not have done something so stupid. for the sake of the party, I guess I'm just not as noble as Mistwin. And then I managed to make a thing do another thing, and now I'm going to punch Grax as soon as I see him.
Wonderful. Now, unfortunately, Mistwin has, of course, perished, but playing the role of a new character coming up later on in today's episode is our dear friend Marcus, the DM. Marcus, I guess let's try a final moments of Mistwin if we can. Yeah, just a final moments, I think will suffice.
Well, being carried off by the dragon, having realized that helped the party. I guess I would have accepted my fate. And
Very nice.
yeah,
Resigned,
pretty much.
content.
And then immediately, instantly terrified as I got devoured by a worm.
You did get devoured by a worm. Okay. So there you have it. I think that was all right. I think with a little bit of practice, this could be a lot of fun. I think I need to educate a few of you guys on the meaning of first person, but we'll get there. All right. So, guys, we will be doing a recap in just a moment. But before we do, we have one last person to thank, and that is, of course, Maya Joseph. Welcome and thank you so much. No, we're thanking you. We're taking a moment to just thank you, Maya. Maya, thank you for joining us today and following us and getting to know us. How are you? How was your day? I hope that whatever place you find yourself in, you are comfortable, warm, happy, possibly with a beverage of your choice that you really enjoy, and that you enjoy everything that is about to follow. There you go. Personalized welcome. Don't do it often, but it just was funny. Okay, so guys, the last person we do have to thank, or the last people we should thank, of course, is our audience. Guys, without our audience, we would not be here. We would not have this show. We would not have any of the shows on the Dead Gamer channel. I am a big advocate of audience participation because I value your time, because you value my show. So if you want to join me behind the GM screen, there's a number of ways you can do so. Firstly, simply by watching the channel, following us, and maybe even subscribing, you earn channel points, which can be used for a variety of different things that will influence the game as we play. Many of these have saved our heroes and gotten them out of some tight situations, ranging from insight bonuses, which provide them with some clues as to what's going on, ranging to divine healing, which has restored them to full health from the brink of death, thanks to the gods that be. Lastly, of course, we have a bunch of monetary donations. If you guys, much like our dear friend Seagard, wish to support the channel a little bit further, buy me a cup of coffee, or buy me a Coke, really, because I don't drink coffee, and keep us going a little bit longer. Now, there are a number of different rewards you can pay for. For $5, you can award my heroes these little red marks that are hero points that can be used to stave off death, stave off death, roll with advantage, or gain a bonus to your attack and damage. Also, they can be used to attacks, not damage. Your d20 rolls. They can also be used to petition the GM for nonsense. You can see my tray is empty, but I do also get jinx points for $5, which allows me to do the same thing for the villains. Just kind of like all the reverse stuff. For $10, I will go into my deck of plot twists. And pick 3 of these, and you get to choose one to immediately take effect in the game. For $20, you can give someone the coveted Golden 20, which rolls a nat 20 for my players. For $50, we will boost up an encounter to a boss fight, or provide our group with a magic item of your choosing. Perhaps a custom magic item or homebrew, or maybe something that you think that they could use. Whatever it is your choice. And lastly, we have our secret menu item. The secret menu item is, of course, a very rare thing. It comes at the $100 donation, and not only does it come with my admiration, usual gobsmacked look of what the actual hell, but it also comes with a very powerful game/mood-changing event. We have had it be an avalanche. We have had it be a giant worm. We have had it be a dragon. These are not small things. These are always big, wonderful, and amazing things. For this particular secret menu item, we are going to be dipping in and returning to our friend Flyer Bowman. That's what they're going by now. Flyer Bowman, our dear friend, donated a bad guy earlier on, and this bad guy will make a recurrence, and that is, of course, the angry polar bear that our group had been dealt with. Much like the purple worm, the polar bear is also hunting our group out for vengeance, out for blood. So an angry, vicious, murder-driven polar bear will make their way into the town, and whether or not it starts preying on the group or preying on other victims, well, we'll find out in a little bit as well. So there you go. What do we call him? We called the polar bear... it was called Frostbite. Frostbite was the name of the polar bear. So there you go. All right. Well, that brings us to the end. Let us now cast our minds into this realm of fantasy and magic as we return to the Pale Tower.
We have 1 hero point for each.
Ooh, thank you for the hero points. They will be awarded momentarily.
And then Bruin wants to know if he can gift a magic item.
Of course
the
you can
polar
gift a
bear.
magic item. If you have a person you would like to gift
To-
the magic item to. What, two magic
To
items?
the polar bear
Oh, to the polar
was
bear.
the question.
Interesting question.
Make him work for the magic item.
I don't see why not.
Oh gosh.
I mean, depends what it is. Let's go with this. If you can find or think of a magic item that the polar bear would come across, like let's say it ate a ring of like it ate a cloak of immolation, for example, it could then be caught on fire and they have to deal with a flaming polar bear. I mean, sure, but I don't think something like a magic sword or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, something like that. I think that would work. So yes, choose wisely. I recommend, by the way, if you would like to, go check out a website called Archives of Nethes, and if Kalindra could get us the link for that in chat, there are a ton of amazing ideas for magic items in there as well. So there you go. It doesn't walk on 2 or 4 legs. It walks on 4 legs or 2 legs, depending on what it would like to do at any given time. But yes, go follow the link and check out some magic items if you would like to. All right. Also, hi, Mr. Game and Tea. Welcome. Okay. When last we left our heroes, these adventurers, students of the Cinderfang Academy, who had left Taldor in search of where this mysterious winter that gripped their summertime nation had come from, discovered a portal to another realm. Well, not another realm, another country, should I say. This country is Irrisen, a land far to the north. Our heroes discovered that it was a tower that was manned by a person known as Radisek that was not only opening this portal, but allowing the icy magic frost from Irrisen into this and many other places. Working together, they scaled the tower, slaying through many of its protectors and arriving to face Radisek one-on-one. After a battle with Radisek, a large, angry white dragon, and, of course, a rather easy-to-destroy troll that was guarding the gate, our heroes have finally managed to conquer the tower and are now atop it, ready to try and figure out how exactly they're going to shut off this portal that might freeze their hometown. Now, Grax, you fled the battle down below. A battle with the White Dragon, who had arrived thanks to Mistwind's smack-talking, and summoned it to its great wrath, has ripped, torn, pulled, and bitten aside much of the building to get in and grab and abscond with Mistwind. But you did not see that. So, as far as you're aware, Mistwind is simply downstairs, probably hiding somewhere. But to the others, you saw the grisly sight of Mistwind being frozen and dragged out the opening. All right. You are atop the tower. The scene is yours.
Rex pokes his head out from under the bed, looking back to where he came from, and he's just like, "Where?" Like he says to himself, "Time, we did it, we did it, yeah, yeah." And then you hear in the next room, because I'm still a weasel.
The tiny weasel hiding under the bed with what is almost certainly, let's see, 8 hit points remaining, is celebrating a victory for some reason.
Where is it? Where
it
is
seems-
Grax?
You do not see Grax, but you hear the sounds of the weasel squeaking just to the east of where you are.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. That was Kyrie.
Oh, sorry, my apologies.
Oh,
So she's gonna start walking out into the bad left, right? They were like, oh, haha, more of you, and then poofed. Or am I misremembering?
The bad guy, yeah, basically yeeted out. He
Okay.
he was fighting Grax, but then when 3 of you showed up almost simultaneously, he realized that he'd expended a number of his spells, didn't really have time to confront all of you simultaneously when you had the drop on him. So he picked up his goat, which last week was played by our dear friend One Shot Questers, and yeeted himself through one of the mirrors.
The last remaining mirror?
Yes, the
two?
last remaining mirror in this room.
Alright. Kyrie is gonna follow the sound of the squeaking.
All right, you go into that room, and you can certainly see a tiny weasel.
I'm going to try to pick up the tiny weasel.
Grax, you see Kyrie trying to pick you up.
I better.
Okay, you
I'm
are
injured, so
you are
I'm
grabbed
kinda,
and
like,
lifted aloft.
vulnerable. Where? Yeah.
So she's gonna hold him by the scruff of the neck and kind of lightly shake. I'm not trying to hurt him quite yet. And be like, turn back now.
Why? No, turn back into Greg's.
All right, you turn back into Grax. She has you by the collar.
What? Wait, I'm her height. So I'm standing now. I was like, what are you doing?
She still has you by the collar.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Do
This
what?
one is dead
What?
because you're an idiot.
What? There was a dragon. I had no idea what to do.
Is Neil laughing or is Grax laughing?
That's me. Not
Okay.
Greg's.
No. You're allowed to. I that's why I asked, because I know that you I know that you have the giggles.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kyrie is going to slowly release the collar and be like, don't move. And then she's going to reach into her bag. She's going to start taking out some of her. Can I cut my 50-foot rope?
Sure.
So she's going to cut
What are you
I don't know,
doing?
maybe 5 feet.
Sure. 5 foot of rope's
What are
pretty
you
long.
doing? What are you doing?
The suspense is killing me.
Ah,
Me
sorry,
too.
I stopped coming through. I want to fashion a harness around Grax that has a little bit of leeway left, so I can literally hold on to him. Like those harnesses that people will put their kids in. That has,
Oh, you
like,
want
the
to
leash
create? Okay,
attached
so
to
it's
it.
called an X knot or a cross knot, and you've attached a loop around, like sort of like pull to the back of it. I'd
Yes.
say that for the tying up and the like lead, you'd need about 10 foot of rope, but that'll sure you can make a craft check.
Sure.
It's now called the Grax knot.
The Grax knot.
Astronaut.
It's crackers.
Normal craft.
Yep, just a craft.
That's not
Regular old
fantastic.
craft check. Yeah, I mean
Oh, wait,
tying
that might be
knot.
untrained.
Yeah, okay. So just FYI, back
Your
in the
throat
day in
disappears.
3.5, there was actually a use rope ability, which actually did cover tying knots and using a lasso and stuff like that. But long since gone are the days of the use rope check. But as you try to craft this knot, it's a difficult knot to do. You end up with what is effectively a lasso, which you use as kind of like a collar, but wrapped around his waist rather than his body.
I had such a brilliant idea too, but I can't craft worth a shit.
Grax like, you're doing the not all wrong. You got to do it like, and then Grax is gonna do it.
Sure, you can make a craft check to try and build the thing.
I love that.
I got old twice though. Ooh.
Damn.
Oh, so yeah, 21.
Damn.
As I'm not realizing I'm making the thing that restrains myself.
I am sure you kind of like you're like, oh no, maybe if
See
you
her
and
having
then-
trouble, I'm gonna help her out. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you make it. It's very secure. You actually can't take it off unless Kyrie lets you free, or you destroy the rope.
And then I'm like, see, you gotta loop it a little bit. And I'm like, oh wait. And then as soon as she like pulls it, I get yanked. I'm like, ah. Crap. Oh, what did I do?
All right. Meanwhile, Cromwell, you and Kichiro are in the main ritual chamber. In the center of the room, you see a large ritualistic pentagram with symbols and runes that you don't quite recognize. This you can feel is the source of that portal magic. It's kind of almost like the magic is so prevalent here, it hangs like petrichor in the air. You smell, you kind of feel that magic lingering here.
Could we get the map up?
Yeah, sure, why not? There you go.
Thank you. Well, it seems Kyrie has found Grax. That's one less crisis to deal with, and the owner of this tower seems to have made a rapid exit. I'm guessing that we can't follow him through that mirror.
You can try. Do you wish to go and inspect the mirror?
No, I'm going to see the other one's smashed and that one's not. I don't have any magical abilities, so Cromwell is just assuming he can't follow through that mirror without some kind of portal-like magic anyway.
Sure.
I don't suppose your friends in the armor, Kichiro, might have some idea on how to break the magic of this tower. I mean, I could just start smashing, but that doesn't always end well with magic.
Well, let me commune with the armor and see what he knows. So Kichiro will go over close, careful not to actually touch it or step on the symbol, but he's going to get close so that the armor can see what's going on, and then he's going to do the thing that he usually does and kind of tap his chest, and then he's going to ask the armor if it knows anything about what this is.
You petulant creature. Do you think I'm some sort of common waif that you can simply rap on me and gain access to the vast knowledge banks within my mind? Do you have any idea how old I am, young man?
I do not, and it is now dawning on me how disrespectful that is. Do you have a name? Because I've just been tapping on you. What should I call you?
I am the same name that is given to that which dawns me, connected forever through the divine purpose that now, somehow, has befallen your shoulders. I am the Black Rider's armor.
It did have a name originally, but I can't remember what it is now.
Your name is Bra?
All right. So you want me to call you the Black Rider's armor? Is there something shorter I can refer to you as?
You may call me simply Armor for now.
Fair enough.
But
Well,
use it as a
Armor.
name and not as a derogatory term for an object.
Of course, of course. Well, Armor, do you know what I'm looking at here? Because I am not very magically inclined, unfortunately.
Hmm. Unfortunately, the Black Rider and their equipment wield the powers of the magics, but do not have much in the way of its understanding. I can no more tell you about the incantations of the ice mages as you could likely tell about the ingredients of a bowl of soup. Maybe there's a few pieces you recognize, but its construction is only really understood by the chef which made it. Much like these runes here. While I recognize the symbol for cold, the symbol for eternal, and maybe perhaps a smattering of two or three words in reference to ley lines, I cannot tell you much more than this.
Understandable. Do you know how to stop it? Would breaking the symbol do any good, or is there something else, do you think?
Breaking the symbol. I see that the old one chose another meathead. I remember when he first dawned me as well. Always smash this, run through that. Oh, look at that. There's a giant portal in front of me. Let's see if we can break it. No, you cannot use a sword or a hammer to simply chisel away and hope the magic doesn't work. Did you not hear when I said the word eternal was used in this spell? All you would do by destroying the symbols is prevent your own access to it. Like pretend for a moment that you lived in a world where instead of magic, technology ran rampant. And there were these things, imagine if you would, a box called a computer. What you would basically be doing by smashing this would be smashing a keyboard. It wouldn't change the program being run on your computer. It would simply prevent you from doing anything about it.
Okay, first of all, I didn't just start smashing it like a meathead. I asked you if that would be effective. Okay,
Yes,
give
he
me
did
some
too.
credit here. All right. Unfortunately, our magic user is dead, so that doesn't really help me. And then Kichiro's going to kind of hang his head and kind of rub his temples, realizing that Grax is the only magic user they have left. And he's going to kind of sigh and mutter
real
under his
magic
breath.
user.
He's going to mutter under his breath, I'm going to regret this. Grax, get in here.
Kind of tied up.
I imagine that hearing your name before you even say that, you just immediately instinctually run at full pace, and then there's just this doing.
Up, 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 up. Slow down.
My name was called. Come on.
and then yeah, Kyrie will slowly, casually walk out there with Grex.
All right. A very unhappy-looking goblin attached to a rope is escorted out by Kyrie.
All right, Grax. Without touching it or doing anything stupid with it, he's going to point at the symbol. What is this?
You can see that it is, without too much issue, it is a arcane rune circle with a series of different arcane markings and locks towards it. You know these are, you wouldn't be able to tell what it does until you access it with a use magic device, given that you aren't the person who created the circle. You know that just flat out. Like, This is just a basic use magic device thing. Because arcane lock's a cantrip, right? So it's not a difficult thing to understand for you as someone who has some advanced spells.
Okay. I don't know what it necessarily does, but I'd have to be able to touch it to find that out.
All right. Can you shut it down?
Are you able to heal your wounds, Grex? You seem battered.
I can, but only once. After that, I'm all tapped out.
Should I give him one of my potions? Decisions.
I think I actually have one too, because I think weren't we all given one at some point? It's on my
I found
paper I
mine
got.
on the dude bro.
Oh, I thought we got some from chat at one point. So I have it written down on my page thing
Oh.
here. Potion
Well,
of
you know the
Cure
rules.
Light
If it's not in Fantasy Grounds, you don't have it.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I
erase.
don't have one. All right, so Kyrie will hand over one potion of cure moderate wounds and tell Grax to drink it.
Okay, I will drink it. In which case,
Alright.
I'll just use the spell Cure Minor Runes because I have that.
Sure, not a problem there.
Oops.
Drinking the potion, the pomegranate flavored elixir pours down your throat. And
What's
you
the
heal.
plus on this one? Because it's a potion, it should have a plus on its own. Because I can't use my.
It'll be +3, but that's fine.
+3. Okay, so I'll just do a -2 because mine's.
Thank you for knowing that, because I didn't.
It's fine.
Oh no, I only got 7. Oh, that's fine.
All right, you heal 7 hit points.
All right,
Oh, thank you.
Kyrie will now give you enough slack to go touch things.
Okay. And then I will, as I kind of walk over, I'm going to, just because they wanted to make sure I was okay, I'm going to use my last level 1 slot and use a Cure Light Wounds on myself.
Sure.
And then that.
Oof.
That's fine. There we go. Okay. And then I will kind of walk over to the sigil. Do I need to, would I assume I kind of need to be in the middle of it to check it out? Can
Yes.
I access? Okay, so yeah, I'll go to the middle of it.
All right.
Standing in the center, I kind of just put my hands on the ground and I'm going to use, what was it? The use magic device to figure out what this does.
All right.
Now we'll roll twice.
Well, as you do that,
Okay.
as you hold your hands to the portal, it begins to glow a bright blue. All right.
Drop
Here we go. As it does so, the energies start to swirl around you and you levitate off the ground.
That.
You immediately are presented with a map of the world.
Ooh.
Underneath you and around you, you can reach out almost like it responds to your very gestures, and you can move the sphere around of your world, and you can sort of stretch your hands out to zoom in, stretch your hands to zoom, out, and you see a series of lines running through the entire length of this this miniature magical version of your world. Without knowing too much, you could probably ascertain easily that this is the, I suppose, access. This is how you would control this thing. But whether or not you can is entirely up to you.
Ooh. Can I see if I can figure out how it was made? That maybe I can cast it other times? Like away from here?
How what was made? This whole thing?
The sigil, yeah, the access.
And what is your goal with this knowledge?
So I can use this portal somewhere else other than here. Maybe I could make one in the future and try to find stuff. Well,
How easy do you believe a portal like this is to make? You're
That's
level
really
5,
so, yeah.
Brax. What do you reckon?
yeah, no. It was just a thought. It was an idea. But,
You've
yeah.
just barely gotten the grasp of second level spells. And you
I mean,
I'm
it does still
all
seem like a
powerful.
Grax thing to do, to be like,
Oh, it
"Can I
does,
do
it
this?"
does. But if he decides that he wants to spend the next 14 hours deciphering what is effectively the arcane equivalent of rocket science, then I'm happy to spend that time.
Grax is a rocket scientist invention.
Oh yeah, you'll spend 14 hours on it. You'll learn that how little you know about it.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I guess Grax is going to. He's just gonna try and call some phrases, maybe see if he can find out where things are.
Make a knowledge geography check.
I don't think I have that.
All right, you find it very difficult to do much more
I have
than.
planes. Knowledge planes, history, and.
Did I ask for knowledge planes, or history, or
Can we
arcana, or
see-
dungeoneering, or
Can
nature?
we see this as well, or is it just
You guys
him?
can see the orb. Anyone who wants to help out may make a knowledge geography check.
I actually have that, so I will assist.
Sure, not a problem there. See, you can rely on your friends, Grax.
It's not very good, but I have it.
Make a go. Well, let's see what you can make of it.
Wait. Why does it say untrained? Bullshit.
It says it's untrained.
I know. That's what I'm calling bullshit.
Hmm,
All
Let's
right.
have a look at your character sheet real quick. Just because you have a value doesn't also necessarily mean you're trained. If you have any ranks in it, that's when you're trained.
Yeah, no. One of these days I'm gonna figure that out.
So you aren't actually trained, is what you're trying to tell me. You just had a score.
You said nothing in ranks, right?
If you
Is
well,
untrained?
correct. If you have no ranks in it,
Okay,
it is
yeah.
untrained.
Okay, yeah.
This is when you have
Then
a
why do I
rank.
have it on my sheet in the first
Because your
place?
character has it as a class skill, which means when you take it as a rank, you'll gain bonuses to it.
Ah, okay. Again, someday I'll get that.
Sure.
Not today though.
No worries. Cromwell, having a look at it, you also find it difficult. You can use a hero point to boost that up if you'd like.
I don't even know what the check would be. So
It's geography to because basically what Grax is doing is moving the world around, and he has no idea where anything is. It's kind of like looking at a world map, but then like sweeping past and then sweeping too far and not knowing where things are.
Like trying to like geoguesser.
So this is basically to get your bearings with this device, whatever it is.
yeah. But what I mean is I don't know how hard it is. So whether hero point is
Very true.
useful or not in this case. I think that's well, it's not a terrible score. It's not terribly high.
Well, I will
either.
tell you currently you're
From,
failing.
Sorry.
I said currently you're failing, and I'm happy to
Yes,
tell you that.
yes. No, I'm just sort of thinking we're using a foreign device in a foreign land. I'll probably need better.
Oh,
than
sorry. To be clear, this is just about the world, so it is just your basic geography of world stuff, not
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right, sure. Let's figure this thing out. I'll add a hero point in.
All right, with a +4 making you a 17, you do manage to identify where exactly things are on this orb. Moving it and shifting it around, you find the Pale Tower where you are, and you can see the myriad of ley lines eventually leading to the portal in the woods just near Waldsby. You also shift the portals around, and you can see another back in Taldor near Heldren, where you came from. And you can see that that portal in the border woods as well on this map. So, you know, as Cromwell says, take a little bit of left. Nope, too far. Just back a bit. Okay, up, there. And then you can find it is actually marked with magic that seems to glow in those locations.
I'll zoom into those spots.
Very well. I'm going to turn off the music because that's just getting annoying.
So real quick, while they're all messing with the magic stuff, since I can't help, I'm just
sure.
gonna have Kichiro kind of walking around the room and inspecting these cabinets and searching through them and these barrels and such that he can get to, just to see if there's anything useful.
Not a problem. If you don't mind, we will come back to you just so that, because I mean, obviously it'll take you a little bit to go through there. And what I'll do is I'll come up with a comprehensive list of what you guys find based on where you search, more than give you every individual thing as we go. You know what I mean? But I will
sounds
treat
good.
it as though you have searched this room and collected what is valuable. All right. Well, you see what you see. What next?
I don't know if this device can actually shut the portal off. It's just, I mean, I could try to see if there's a way to do that from here, but this just seems
You mean
to be like
the quest you're on?
No, I'm talking about the item that I'm using.
The thing at the top?
This is Grax speaking to them.
Right.
Like,
You know you were
yeah.
told that, right? That you were told that this is where it gets controlled?
Oh, okay. Well,
Good.
then yeah, I guess I'll try and find the portal.
I love you, Neil. My games are never boring with you. I'm sitting there. It's like, all right, listen, everyone. We need to overthrow the king. Hey, you. Are you the king? What gave it away? The crown? Yeah, this guy sounds like a king. What were we doing here again? We had to overthrow the king. Hey, king, come over here. I'm going to throw you over there for a bit. Ah, there. I overthrew the king. Now what? God damn it.
All right. Well, Grax is gonna try and find the portal that we originally came through.
You mean the one that Cromwell just pointed out to you and like guided
Yeah.
you towards those ones? Yes, you
Yeah.
find them because
Yeah.
they're on screen right now.
So zoom in. I'll try tapping on it and see if I can try to access that portal from here.
All right, take it easy, Seagard. All right, make a use magic device check. Now you are at disadvantage because of your curse, but if you would like, you may use a hero point to give yourself advantage and not have the disadvantage.
Yes, because that is an amazing roll.
Sure. All right. With a 25, after a few certain gestures and tracing of lines, you hear a soft but high-pitched whining sound before the portal on the map disappears.
I did it.
It will take you about an hour to do so.
Okay.
Again, the ritual is quite complex, but you kind of managed to work it here and there.
Okay. After the after that's done, Grax is going to try and find the other portals, unless it's like that portal was specifically tied to this tower, in which case Grax is going to try and look for the other towers.
You cannot access anything beyond this tower's range. All the things you see are connected to this the ley lines attached to this tower.
Okay. Was there any other portals then besides that one? Or
No.
Was it just the one? Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, in that case, I shut the portal down.
All right. As you stop concentrating, you float back to the ground. By this time, Kichiro, you've kind of given the place a proper search. I will tell you this. To the bottom left, you can see... I'm just going to move you around just so you can see where I'm talking. So, Kichiro, over here, you can find an empty bedroom. Very little is in here. Looks like maybe this is just a holding cell as well as a bedroom. You know, it's hard to say. A small little alcove with some pots and the like. You find a locked door, which I'm going to say that, you know, like, I mean, do you care if you just, like, smash the door open, Kichiro? Are you, like, being careful, or?
That's a good question. Yeah, he'd probably be careful just because he has no idea, and with the feeling of the magic so thick here.
Sure. You do not explore that room. Over here, you see a very, very pretty room belonging to a woman. because you can tell there's like lots of female clothes in here. There's a curtain that seems to protect what looks to be a large vault door, which is to the south here. You haven't broken through it, but that is what you find.
All right. When he comes back out in the main area, he's gonna whisper to Kyrie that he found what looks like a vault door in the other room if she's interested.
You know, I'm assassin, not thief. Yes.
Hey, I don't know what
Potato,
you
potato.
shady characters do.
Wow. We're about to have our first fight, Kichiro.
Hey, if anybody could get in there, I figured it was you. All right, forgive me for overestimating your capabilities.
I could
Wow.
probably get in there too.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm not coming with you. I have to watch this one because she's holds up the fact that she's still holding onto his rope.
What?
Yes, fair enough. You have to babysit. So how easy would that vault door be to get into?
What do you mean easy?
Like, is it straight up like a big vault door that's locked with like a combination? What are we talking here?
It has a key. The door is made of ice and iron.
Okay, and in my search of the various cabinets and things, no keys, I'm assuming, lying around.
You did not find any keys, no.
I have
right.
2 chest keys, and I don't know what chests. Can I hand those over and see if either of them work?
They do not. But yes, you do hand them over to Kichiro.
All right, and
one
2
of them
chest
will
keys.
actually
I'm taking
one of them
off
will actually
mine.
open the door that was locked earlier on,
Oh,
which
All
will
right,
be which you reveal to be Radasek's bedroom. It's basically just it's very much like the other bedroom that you saw, but like a lot more artisanal furnishings. So there's like an art collection of rare paintings, as well as a chest, which the second key will open up. And you can see that there are even more paintings inside.
art. This is not useful for me.
He considered himself somewhat of an art connoisseur and had a very robust collection.
Yeah. See, Kichiro does not get art. He doesn't understand it.
All right. Tim, what are you? Well, I mean, that's it. Pretty much, you guys are done with the tower, unless, of course, you want to try the vault. But other than that, you guys are good.
I mean, Grax will try the vault.
Kyrie will allow it.
Okay, it is locked.
Try to unlock it.
Okay, disable device check.
Disable device. Oh, right up there. Yeah. 10.
You failed the check by 20.
Oh no.
All right. A face appears in the vault door. Let's see if I've got this here.
Oh no.
I'm gonna tug Grax back a little bit when their face appears.
All right. It is an icy face of a woman, much like this, and says, "The uninvited shall wither and die like the frost-covered bloom. You should never have ventured here, and you would do well to leave before my return."
Are you the Ice Queen?
The uninvited shall wither and die like the frost-covered bloom. You should never have ventured here, and you do well to leave before my return.
Just a recording. I don't think I'll be able to open this.
I think it's a good idea we do that thing where we leave before they return.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Although, Kichiro, technically, you were invited here, weren't you?
The uninvited shall wither and die like
the
the
Book Rider?
frost-covered bloom. You should never have ventured here, and you do well to leave before my return.
Was I invited here? I feel like the people in this tower did not want me here.
Oh, they
Just so
wanted
you know,
No, they wanted
Go
you to
ahead.
die.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
just so you know, if she repeats herself, Kyrie is gonna do the, you know, the. Can anybody venture here? She's gonna do that along.
Of course you are.
Or perhaps your armor gets you access.
Hey, Armor, do you know who that lady is in the face in the door?
Yes, I know that tumultuous witch. Her name is Nasina. I will spell it in chat for some people, in case people are watching and have no idea how it's spelled.
On the computer.
Yes, on this computer. Yes, Nasina. A dreadful and frightful witch. One of the ice witches, the winter witches.
Ice Queen.
I see. And would the Black Rider be considered an uninvited guest by this witch?
Yeah, are you kidding me? Right now, young rider, you are the most wanted person ever, but not in the way that you desire.
Damn.
I was just about to say, man, it's good to be wanted. All right, so yeah, we should probably leave, guys.
Yeah. As I start pulling Kyrie Kyrie with me this time to go to the door. Because I'm like being yanked and I'm like, eh.
All right.
I will allow it.
Unless there is anything further, you leave the confines of this place.
I do want to check really quick. Sorry, I just want to check this cabinet because this is the one
No.
that Goat was eating.
Because Kichiro has already searched this whole room.
Okay. I wanted to see if I could find any more of
Wasting
those
my
fire
time,
potions.
wasting Kichiro's time. I'm
I'm
so sorry for
sorry.
him, Lucas. I wish I could just see, pay attention to what your teammates
There's
are
a
doing.
fire-breathing goat.
He starts
he was
running over there, and
distracted by the
Kyrie
portal.
yanks him back. Be like,
Ah!
All right. Kichiro,
What the-
searching the room that Grax was attempting to search a second time, you find a collection of arcane scrolls consisting of 2 scrolls of comprehend languages, 2 scrolls of cure moderate wounds, a scroll of delay poison, a scroll of dispel magic, a scroll of something called Irrisen mirror sight, a scroll of remove disease, a scroll of remove sickness, a scroll of threefold aspect, a scroll of youthful appearance, decanters holding several potions and some bottles of wine, and an equivalent of 2 potions of cure light wounds, 2 potions of enlarged person, 3 oils of masked dwemer, 2 potions of reduced person, and what looks to be a crate of 50 trade bars worth of pure silver, about 10 pound each, and each silver bar is worth about 50 silver.
Whoa.
There is
Sweet.
also a yes. That is what you find here.
Whoa.
Actually,
could
yeah,
I
yeah. This is.
could
Yeah,
I get that list because I could not keep up with
No,
trying to
that's
type
fine.
all that out.
I intended to. You, I'm gonna send you the list, but you do not get the locked chest that is here.
Fair enough.
Boop. There you go. Done. Long story short, bunch of scrolls, some potions in decanters, and that is all. Now, unless there's anything further, you guys are going to leave the tower, I presume?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In which case, our heroes leave the tower behind them, heading back down and into the cold, the snow crunching at their feet as they hastily make their way away from this area. knowing that the patrols are going to come soon and discover the disarray that the tower has been left in, and wanting, of course, not to be there when that occurred. You begin to march back down towards Waldsby. And there you can see the crowds have gathered in the streets. They look behind you. As you turn to see what they're looking at, the tower, which was once a crown of glorious, very pristine ice, has started to crack. Large fissures appear along its surface. You're approached by a familiar face. It is Nadia. What sorcery is this? What has happened? What have you done?
We shut down a portal. That is all.
Has he shut down the portal? What do you mean?
You know the portal. You said remember when we found, when we first met?
No, I heard and I understood what you said, but you succeeded. I'm sorry, but even I doubted. I mean, doubt is not even the right word. I just could not dream of a situation where you walked into that horrible place and came out. You don't know what this means. There is someone I need you to meet and speak with. Come, quick. We should get off the streets. People continue to murmur and chatter around you as Nadia takes you swiftly away from the gawping crowd. Does anyone not choose to follow her? Good.
Follow?
Oh yeah. What was that?
I said no. I'm good to follow.
Okay. Eventually, she takes you to what appears to be a smithy. You hear the sounds of the bellows, the clanging of steel, and the or just the general, like what you hear when you're at a place like a smith. Let me get this up here real quick. Where is it? Pardon me while I... Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Sorry. I had it here a second ago, but it is gone. I will have to make do with this, I guess. Okay. All right. You hear the sounds of the forges being burnt and banged against. As you do so, there is a individual working the forge. Jekt, could you describe your character, please?
Yeah. So, am I muted?
You're not. You're
Yeah,
good.
good.
Okay, thank God. So yes, Jack is a fairly masculine individual. He is got dark hair, a Dutch braid going on, as per a lot of the I can't think of words. He's definitely got more muscle tone than I mean, obviously working a forge, you would have to. You can't really be super small and scrawny to do blacksmithing.
All right. Jack. Jack, are your parents here?
He turns his head up and he goes, Nadia, no.
Good. Come in, quick. Nadia brings in 4 people you kind of recognize. She brought them into town earlier on her dog sleds. They were strangers and outsiders, and honestly, you paid them no mind, really. As they come in, you see Nadia close the door and shut the windows.
No, what's going on, Nadia?
The tower has fallen.
This is a joke, right?
Yet. She gestures at the others. It is a sign, an omen. I feel it. I met them in the woods and brought them here, knowing that their stories and their tales were ludicrous at best. But they said that they found out what happened to my daughter. She seems to have a very, very sad look that washes over her face, like a pale mask of sorrow. By the way, just for roleplay purposes, you do know that Nadia's daughter's name was Thora.
Thora. Okay.
Thora. He sets his tools down and he goes, so I take it Thora did not make it then.
What?
She shakes her head softly. But they said that they wanted to close the magics that were connecting their world. They're part of Golarion here. They marched on the tower alone. And against all odds, they defeated Radosek. They brought down that vile woman's magics. And even now, her tower crumbles.
That's incredible.
Apologies for my late introductions. Everyone, this is my friend, Jet. Jet, this is Kyrie, the Slayer, Kichiro, the Samurai, Grax, the Occultist, and Cromwell, the Monk.
Hello.
Was she telling us that someone else had destroyed a tower, or was she telling that person what we had done?
She's been telling Jack what you had done.
A little introduction. Jack will give a bow. Greetings, I am Jack the Toke. As you can see, I'm a blacksmith by trade.
The reason
This
I
is
brought...
true.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, he's asking the group, is it true?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I shut a portal down
Well,
after we defeated. Yeah.
yes, we saw a man and a goat while we were there.
And
This
we
is-
lost one of our friends.
We didn't
along
see
the
any
way.
glitch that I recall.
I'm sorry about your friend, Mistwin. He seemed like a good person. The man you would have seen with the goat, the Jadwija, it mean, how you say, like men in charge, mayor or like politician. He is in charge of region of this area. Radosek is vile man, scum. Often will make passes at me, thinking that I might show affection, but he is just weasel in man's skin. The
Not
woman,
Weasel and
You
Cotton's
make
skin.
weasels. You make it. You're making the weasels look bad.
yeah, yes, I'm sorry. she sort of chuckles. The woman we speak of is who he serves. Nashena. You see, in Irrisen, the way the politics work is the Jadwija, they handle the day-to-days. They are in charge of the region, trade, the running, the complaints from people. But the true power always will lie with the witches. Starting with Queen Ilvana, and then her daughters, all of them. With powers over wind and snow, they rule over the Jadwija. And the one that rules here, yes, she is colder than most. Nashena has cruelly snuffed out so many people's lives. People who try to stand up, even just to try and defend themselves, often find themselves slain at her hand. And the reason I bring you here is Jet is one who has suffered at the hands of Nashena and those like her. He will keep you safe. He will help protect you. She looks over at Jet, realizing she hasn't actually asked him.
Oh.
He doesn't really object, because I assume that they would be friends or at least close enough acquaintances. I would assume that he makes her arrows for her.
Oh yeah, no, you two would have grown up like childhood friends, basically.
Yeah. Well, I cannot say no to my friend.
This means much to me, Jack. And I'm sorry to impose on you. But, you know what it means if the tower has fallen. It means that her power is weakening here. It means there may be hope for some change.
He looks from her to the group and then back to her. And he gives a little smile. He goes, "The people, they may not like it at first, but I do think I see what you're getting at."
We cannot tell the others, not yet. They are not ready. They would sooner sell us out to make their lives slightly better in the wake of being kept here. But if we could get just a few people to hear word that they're not invincible.
Do you two know where the other towers are?
Nadia shakes her head and looks at Jet.
Would I?
Make a knowledge local check if you have it.
I do not.
Then no, not likely. Maybe you've heard rumors of a few around, but you would have never seen them yourself.
Jack will shake his head as well then. I'm afraid not.
No problem. I just thought maybe if you guys knew where the towers were, you'd be able to help us guide to the other ones.
would it be possible for us to take some time to rest here, heal our wounds, and perhaps get to know each other? As I said, we've lost someone, so this isn't something that you should be running blindly into.
I do believe so. My parents shouldn't be back for a while, so
Jet's parents, who run the smithy here, often do trade with other cities, including, of course, the capital city of White Crown. They're currently on a journey there, and should be another 3 or 4 days before they return.
so yes. I suppose you can stay here and rest for a while. They shouldn't be back for another 3 or 4 days.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm so worn out.
All right. I'm going to give you guys a long rest as you
Yay.
use this time to just kind of acclimate yourself, exhale, and more importantly, take a moment to not only tell Grax in detail what had happened, but also come to terms with and in your own way mourn what has happened to your dear friend Mistwin.
I don't know what to say. Mistwin was.
Perhaps we should hold a service of some sort. He was a cleric after all. Well, oracle.
All right. That evening, Nadia and Jet will have a place behind their house. It's kind of like a place where the furnace and the forge happen to be. A simple place that's got some stone platforms that have been there for like ages. Clearing out the anvil and some of the tools makes a perfect spot to light a makeshift pyre. This is what Nadia and Jet start doing because this is just the culture here. They once they create the pyre, Nadia will explain that here, because the cold is what envelops our lives, flames is what helps us pass into the next life. When we don't have the bodies of the fallen to lay offerings to, we burn memories of them. Whether or not we have like something of theirs that we throw into the fire, or we write down a message to them that we then throw into the flames, which is then consumed and will find their spirit in the afterlife. So, you were all gathered around to say words, throw things into the fire, or simply stand in silence. However you wish to mourn, I invite each of my players to tell me what their character is doing in this moment. Let us start with Kyrie.
Kyrie tries, given her past, I mean, she's dealt a lot with death. To include some of the people that she has grown friendships with. So she'll be unusually quiet. I know she's not supremely talkative, but she'll be exceptionally quiet. She will take the time to write down a message to Mistwin that will essentially express that she doesn't understand why Mistwin chose to sacrifice themselves, especially in such a because we don't know that they got eaten by the worm. We still think that she is like frozen for eternity, right?
That is correct.
Presumed
Okay,
dead.
so-
Either way.
Right, yes. But that's much worse than just being digested and pretty quickly killed, I think. So Kyrie's will be an expression of I don't understand why, but I thank you for doing it anyways.
All right. Let me just take this for a moment. All right. Do you want to read what your message says, or are you happy with just that?
Trying to think of how she would word it, honestly. She would probably promise to, in addition to saying, I may not, we may not have known each other for a very long time, but I did come to consider you a friend. I have never understood the desire to sacrifice oneself for others, but I appreciate the sentiment all the same. The next time that I see a statue or any sort of blessing given to Pharasma, I will be sure to spit in her eye just for you.
All right. Very well. Kichiro.
In true Kichiro fashion, he will be quiet during this whole thing. He'll offer a deep bow to the pyre before tossing a small slip of paper into the fire to sort of honor the local culture. It's not something he would normally do, but he would do it to honor the local culture the way that they do it. And essentially, the note would just express his thanks to Mistwin for doing what they did, and acknowledging the honor in it, and that Mistwin fell honorably and will forever have Kichiro's respect.
All right. Grax.
Grax walks up to the pyre, and he just kind of sets his book down on the ground, kind of almost opened to a blank page, and kind of a back page when he's not really going to use, but at the same time, it's more or less for the remembrance of Mistwin, and he's going to try his best to draw Mistwin in his book. And as he's drawing, he says, in Goblin, he says, "You always hated the way I did things. A lot of people always hate the way I do things. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But in the end, even though things didn't go our way, you still kind of..." He starts crying in Goblin.
Nice. Do you write anything on the paper, or do you just throw the paper in?
Oh, he's drawing Mistwin. He's
Oh,
not
he draws
writing anything,
Mistwin.
because otherwise I would just eat the page.
Yeah, no, he draws Mistwin and then throws it in the fire. Nice. I love that.
No, he keeps. Oh yeah, I guess yeah, because it's not writing. So yeah, then I'll rip a page out and I'll throw it in the fire. Yeah.
Nice. Cromwell.
Cromwell will walk up to the fire and just grab one of the burning logs and just hold it up for a moment until it singes his hand, and then release it back into the fire.
Very nice. The singe in your hand creates a small scar just kind of between your thumb and index finger. And yep, no worry, you throw it back in the fire. Nadia will go over to the flame with 2 silver pieces and place them into the fire. Just sort of throwing them in, but doesn't really say too much. She didn't know Mistwin very well, and will just kind of just lay an offering and step back. Jekt.
Grax will do the same.
Sure.
Do something.
Even though you didn't know Mistwind, Jekt, do you wish to do anything at the funeral?
Out of respect for their friends, Jekt will write down a message for Miss Twin and toss in basically a promise that he will do his best to keep the rest of her friends safe from harm as best as he can.
I like that. As the messages burn, you watch as the embers fly up into the night sky. This night is quiet. Almost too quiet for you. As the snow falls, almost like tears for our group at the fallen Mistwind. You, for the very, very first time since you arrived here in the frigid lands of Irrisen, sleep. Exhausted, fatigued, aching. But you sleep. All right. Very well. Everyone can gain a hero point. This is the GM hero points. Just apply that to your character sheet. These will, these are just basic ones because, like, you know, I like the fact that you guys all got in on the funeral. So that was cool.
Yeah.
All right. The next morning, you awaken to the news that everyone is talking. That the tower has fallen, that the magics have been waning. Keep calm. The Pale Tower guards are still like patrolling and protecting until the Jadweja can be found. We believe that Radisek may be in danger. Any information in regards to the people seen entering the Pale Tower yesterday will be greatly rewarded. Anyone harboring them will meet a violent disciplinary action. Specifically says violent disciplinary action.
We need to get out of town.
Yes, this sounds like an invitation to leave, and quickly.
While this is going on, Jekt is going to be packing his things and leaving a note for his parents, basically saying that in the short of it is that he's leaving and for them to not look for him lest they, you know, be accused of something.
Okay.
Does
I
Jet
was
know
gonna-
the way to the next tower, or
Nope.
do we not have that info yet?
I think at this point, we just kind of have to wander for a little bit. Maybe we'll find some.
I mean, it is all well and good for you guys to plan to go to the next place, but truth be told, you all have very little idea
Yeah.
where you are going and why.
Correct.
All right. For the most part, I will
Oh,
share.
we suspected. We were told, weren't we, that there's multiple portals of this, like this, around the place.
Multiple towers? Yes, around the
Yeah.
country. Here,
Yeah,
by the
we
way,
don't know
is
where
a
they are.
picture. Oh, where you are? No, not where you are.
Yeah.
There are, of course, as you can see here, this is the actual land of Irrisen, just there that I've just shared with you. And you can see Woldsby on the eastern side here through the forest. Ignore the dotted line leading you to where you need to go, which is...
It's that convenient.
Yes, but just...
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, just so you guys know where you are and what you're doing.
Okay.
Now, there is a firm knock on your door as well. Actually, before we do that, first of all, you guys notice that Jack is packing his bags. Now, bear in mind, Nadia brought you guys here to rest. Why Jet is back packing his bags is a mystery to you guys. So you guys can approach that or ask that if you would like. It's up to you.
You're going somewhere as well?
He stops and turns to Grax. Well, 'cause I woke up before the rest of you, and the town's kind of out of sorts right now. I don't think it'll be safe for any of you to stay here. And should they find out that I kept you here, it won't be safe for me either.
That was a very good point. Well, I mean, if you say you're gonna keep us safe, I'm assuming you want to just come with us.
That was the plan, if you didn't object.
I never object to new friends.
Kyrie, Kichiro.
Well, Kichiro would not object either, because Nadia seems to trust this guy, and she's been very good to the group thus far, so if she trusts him, then Kichiro would be okay with him tagging along.
Yeah. Kyrie would not voice any objections. But she's going to wait until she gets to know him a little bit better to make a final decision one way or the other.
All right. Cromwell.
Yeah, Nadia's had multiple chances to turn us in, so she's turning someone, and
All
haven't got any
right.
reason not to trust him.
Welcome aboard, Jack.
There's a firm knock on the door out the front of the blacksmith's.
He's gonna do the finger thing to motion for silence, and as he goes up to the door, cracks it open just slightly and looks through it. Who's there?
As you open the door, on the other side, you see an elfin woman with broad shoulders. You know this woman
Fuck.
to be Hestrig Olaf. Hello, Jack. It is good to see you again. It has been far too long since last we see each other.
Indeed, Hestrig. How can I help you?
Well, you notice that she's got a lot of bandages and stuff over her hands and her body. She says, I'm sure you've already heard the news. Can I come in?
Can we look for a place to hide inside?
Yes, everyone except for Jet, make a stealth check.
Uh-oh.
With disadvantage. Well, actually, no, only Grax with disadvantage. I imagine you guys can all move.
Oh.
You can all move like out of
I'll
sight.
wait till everyone rolls first. Then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, not bad. 24.
Ooh.
Kichiro.
Man,
Sorry,
you
I did
better
forget
than
to. I did forget to mention Kichiro. Did I give you the +4 bonus you have for your armor?
No, I don't. I didn't know I had one.
You now have a +4 bonus to your stealth checks from wearing this particular armor. So we'll
Ooh,
count that one
alright.
as it is. So you got a 13. All right.
Sweet.
So everyone has sort of taken up hiding spots, Jack, as you kind of like cast your gaze around before, returning to her.
Are they hidden enough, or at least eject that she wouldn't see them?
You're pretty sure, though Cromwell and Kichiro you know, they're not hidden overly well, but, you know, like, as well as can be expected. You can aid by giving her a penalty to her perception by, like, always standing, like, kind of in the way, as it were.
All right, then yeah, I'll do that. And he nods and lets her come in.
She enters, and as she does, she kind of, like, eyeballs you. Like, this is a very powerful woman in terms of physical strength. You've known Hestrig as long as you've known Nadia as well. Hestrig's always been a very serious sort, but you know for full well that she is Captain Hestrig Olov and works for the Jadweger in town, and by extension also works for the Winter Witch here.
Would Jack know about her connection to the dragon too?
Yes, you would.
All right.
She says, "You seem nervous. How comes you alone? Where are your parents?"
Did you not hear? They're gone trading again. They won't be back for another couple days. So of course father left me to do all the forging.
Well then, in terms of your services that I need, she takes out her blade and she says, "I need this to be sharpened." She stares at you with these piercing blue eyes.
He stares back with his own equally piercing green eyes as he looks to her and looks at his sword. Does the sword actually look like it need to be sharpened?
I mean, need is a strong word. It looks fine, as in it will function as a sword. It could be sharper.
He kind of shifts and he goes, "Why not just use a whetstone? They work just as fine. You don't need you don't need my services for that."
Actually, truth be told, yes, blacksmiths do have whetstones and they do sharpenings.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's one of the I mean, I'll say this before, like, you would know that before you'd say that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a very basic service. It's like going to the barber basically for soldiers. Like, you would go get your blade sharpened at a blacksmith.
Fair enough. Then he'll go, "That should not be a problem."
As you take the blade and make your way over to the workstation, it's kind of like got like this water wheel and a whetstone that's there that you use for it. She says, "I trust you heard what happened last night at the Pale Tower."
As he's working on it, he will just attempt to lie. No, I've been busy working all night.
She begins to kind of snoop around your workshop. It's nowhere where the others are hiding, but she's like just kind of like looking around. She says, "Several intruders came into the tower and assaulted the men there. They broke apart some of the magics of the White Witch and got away. The guards are searching Waldsby as we speak, but they suspect that some of the civilians may be helping hide them from discovery."
They managed to get past you.
They are not to be trifled with or underestimated.
He gives a glance back and he goes, "And neither are you." So if they did manage to do all that, it would be dangerous to let them stay, no?
Yes, it would be almost as dangerous as it would be to cross me. She sort of gives you a soft smile.
Yes, yes. You and your lineage.
She looks angered by that. Just again backtracking a little bit, so because I know you might remember it, but her lineage, actually because you've got a little bit more history, let me tell you a little bit about it. Her lineage is that of the White Dragon, the one that attacked the group yesterday, or the Pale Tower. You know more than anything that she hates her ancestor more than anything. The fact that she's working for the Jadweja, and most of that has come about because of her lineage, enrages her. She hates it more than anything. She never wanted to be captain of the guard. She never wanted to be a soldier working for the Jadweja, but she couldn't act against her bloodline.
Right.
So I'll say that you know this because your character has a past with her, because you are both Ulfin.
Right. Don't worry, it's all part of my thing.
Sure. So as soon as you say that, you start to anger her.
He immediately raises his hand like, calm down. He's like, believe me, if anyone knows anything about rotten lineages, it's I. In case you forgot.
Well, I can see that your ability to make a point is not as keen as your ability to make one on my sword.
Fair enough.
Have you seen these strangers yet?
Not since they first came through the town.
Make a bluff check.
Ooh, good thing that's one of my higher skills. Yeah. So that's a 17.
All right. Let's see how she goes.
Actually, can I then use my hero point to add that +4 just in case?
Yeah, not a problem. So that is a, what's that? A
21.
21. All right, easy done. She only gets a 10. She says, very well. Listen, I need you to know this. There is movement happening in White Crown. I'm sure you've seen it already. There is uncertainty among the witches and the Jadweja alike. But they will not bother telling the people who are beneath them what is going on. Even that accursed reptile won't share anything. But I have learned the truth. Apparently, there is a rebellion happening. But not one against the Queen. No. The Queen is rebelling against her mother. One of the companions of the people traveling and attacking the towers is the Black Rider.
With that, he kind of stops, at, sharpening the blade, giving it a little look over. The old man.
Niet. Oh, 9. No, wait, what is it?
It would be Niet.
Niet. The old man has been killed. Ungol the rock troll, saw to this. But before he perished, the old man kept his own and passed down the mantle to some sort of fox creature who dons the armor.
Interesting.
Jet, this is for you quite shocking. This is the equivalent, I would say, of being told that basically the servitor of one of the most powerful beings in the universe has been brought in by your buddy from across the road, and you've put him up for the night in a bed of like straw and linen.
That's an oh shit, I hope I didn't disrespect him moment.
Yeah. You see, with the way that the queen is acting, I would hazard to say that the time of the Baba Yaga is slowly coming to an end. And we may need to look at what is happening for our future as well as the future of this kingdom. For now, I just wanted to make sure that you and your family is safe. I'm stopping by a few of the other Ulfin families to make sure that they understand the dangers that are here. We may have been brought here long ago against our will, but it is not too late to try the pilgrimage home. I can make certain passages safer. And if you and your family wish, you do not need to be here for what is to come.
With that, he finishes up his sword, giving it one last like final look over, double checking the edges. I would be grateful for that. However, let's say something were to happen to me. Let's say I was indisposed of. Would you still risk that for my parents?
Of course, your family has been good to me, and in turn, I intend to be good to all the Ulfin families. But should you find yourself indisposed, it better be for a damn good reason, or I would dispose of you myself. And she sort of grabs you by the scruff of your collar and sort of pulls you close.
He just he doesn't really do anything to resist.
She looks to you and she kisses you on the cheek, and she says, "You are much fun to tease." And she pushes you away, and she says, "Thank you for the sword sharpening. Sword. Thank you for the sword sharpening." She, as she begins to make her way, she puts the sword away and makes her way towards the front door. Before she leaves, she says, "And if we are talking in hypotheticals, if, hypothetically, you were aiding and abetting those who destroyed and attacked the tower, then make sure not to tell them that the Queen has captured the Baba Yaga's hut and currently parades it around in Westcrown. A message to those who think that they can rebel against her." We absolutely would never want them to hear such things. Or try to stage any form of pointless rescue. And she slams the door quite hard behind her as she walks back into the streets.
As soon as she's gone, Jack will immediately go. And double check to make sure that she is gone before letting everyone know.
She is gone.
All right, it is safe.
So did she mean East Crown or West Crown?
Ow.
Bless you.
So I don't see a West Crown.
The capital city is West Crown, isn't it? Or White Crown?
That
White
was
Crown.
White Throne.
Sorry, White Crown. White Crown is what I meant to say. My apologies.
Okay.
Also, really quickly, a short and big welcome for Windy J D&D. Welcome in. Thank you for bringing your community here. I hope you have a good time. We are just running to the end of our game today, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yes, this is a winter-based Pathfinder First Edition campaign. Our heroes are currently planning what they want to do next, and yeah, we'll have to see. So, yes.
Yeah.
Hestrig leaves. And you guys can come out of hiding.
Ah, good.
Scratch rolls out of the spot he was in, like a chimney or something. He's all sooted.
He's just in the fireplace.
Yeah, the fireplace was on.
It'd actually be the best place in a blacksmith shop, considering that I have the forge to keep him warm.
Mhm. Actually, I think don't goblins like fire? So even if it was on fire, he might actually try to like get in there. I don't know. I can't remember what that was. But yeah, he would have been in the fireplace. Did she say that did she say the Baba Yaga's hut?
She did.
And she said that she wanted us to relinquish it from the queen?
It might be a little late, but what was her intention with saying that?
I'll reveal this. Kichiro,
Yes.
your armor says, "Did you hear that? That daft bird just revealed exactly where we're supposed to go. If you could find the witch's hut and get into it, with the keys in tow, you'll be able to manage to get in and find the Baba Yaga and bring her back. Remember the big quest that the old man gave you?"
Oh yes, I have not forgotten.
Excellent.
However,
your
the
comrades
way she
seem...
said it makes me
Oh.
think that it's a trap for sure.
Oh, it's absolutely a trap. Are you kidding me? But at the same time, I mean, is that going to stop you? Is that the full extent of your mettle?
No, not even close.
Ha, I like you, kid.
So I forgot. Is Kichiro just talking to himself out loud, or is he
Yes.
talking? Okay, and with that, Jack's gonna look at him quizzically, like, "Are you okay?"
Oh yeah, never better. Don't mind me.
You know what?
Just speaking with a friend.
If you think that's strange, wait until this one, pointing at Grax, starts doing things.
I caused an avalanche.
Twice.
By accident,
Alright,
but it
then.
still happened.
You're sure you want to do this? You're sure you want to come with us?
Well, I've got my own little tricks. He's gonna just to give them an idea of what he was talking about with Hestrig. He shows his right hand as a morphs into a dragon claw, I think I might have some idea.
Grax jumps for a sec because he just got done dealing with a dragon.
You seem to
Like, ah!
collect curses.
This is not a curse. It's more of a ancestral bloodline.
Ah,
Nothing like
but you can
Hester's,
control
which,
it, right?
judging from how she spoke, I assume that you managed to beat her in a fight, which is shocking.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
But she's not the only one who's had whose family has had an encounter with one of them.
Hmm. So what happens when you do encounter that dragon? Like, 'cause we definitely encountered it.
Well, as you are discussing
I,
this,
I got hit by a dragon, bro.
the door swings open. And on the other side, you see Nadia. Oh my, Jet. I just saw Heldren come out. Are you all right? Is everyone fine? Did she discover you?
He
Boy.
he still has his dragon claw out.
And we are childhood friend. You think I don't know this?
Well, yeah, but
I've caught
well,
you
no.
doing far worse. All right, Jack. Is everyone all right? Is the question.
Okay, hey, that was one time, Nadia. That was one
She-
time.
She did not seem to notice us. Of course, we have no way of telling if she did and is preparing something, but
Well, all the more reason I think we need to get out of town now. Look, I brought you into this, and you have helped us in more ways than I can imagine. Even though we could not save my daughter, I want to still repay you for the kindness that you have shown me. With our dog sleds, we can travel much faster than any of the patrols nearby. But we need to have a destination.
You're coming with too, Nadia? Be a family here.
I have nothing left here. I was only staying because Radosek promised me that my child would be safe. But the evil witch has gone back on this promise. Not only having killed my daughter, but turning her into that thing you described. No, there is no purpose in me being here. And I'm sure it will not take them long to find blame and throw it at my direction.
Oh, she wasn't turned into the thing. She was saved from the thing. She was trapped.
But you said she was dead.
His spirit was trapped.
But is she alive? Is my daughter alive? Is that what you're saying?
No, quite dead.
Well,
Make up your mind, Cromwell.
What?
so talking
We told
over
her that
Cromwell,
her spirit was trapped in the doll and then was attempted to be eaten by the soul sucker thing, and freed it from that. And then her spirit was free to leave, and it did so. That's what we said. Hasn't changed.
She
So I
she
guess
steps
you don't know
forward
if
and
the
says,
soul
"You and I,
connection is not you."
look, we had small exchange before when you were explaining things, and I put aside certain things because of my gratitude. Right now, I'm trying to save your life. You talk about my daughter in very disrespectful manner, and if you continue to do so, you and I will have issue. Da? Good. She then turns and says, "Now back to matter at hand.
have you heard of White Throne?
It's capital
I
city."
assume.
Yes.
That's, I believe, where we are wanting to go.
All right. This will be a long journey. We'll need to make a few stops on the way, but we should go now.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Grex kind of just jumps.
All right. You pack up whatever small amounts of belongings you have. Jet, you leave a letter for your parents. Do you happen to leave anything for Hestrig before you leave? Just as a question.
Just one note. Remember to keep your promise.
All right. And with that final note, we end today's session, and in doing so, end book 1 of our adventure.
Huzzah!
Woo!
Awesome.
All right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Book 1 is now completed. So we are now into book 2. Thank you to everyone who came and joined us today. A very, very special shout out and thank you to everyone who joined us from our raiders who came by and stopped in. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You'll find it here a number of times during the week. We run mostly Pathfinder at the moment, right? Like, I feel like mostly Pathfinder games. I run Pathfinder 2nd edition on Monday. First edition on Wednesday, second edition on Friday. And we do an assortment D&D as well, and like other things. We are going to be doing what am I on next? So Friday is episode 1 of our Extinction Curse campaign. So do come and check that out. I say Friday my time. It is Thursday night for the folks in the US. And then on Saturday US time, Sunday morning Australian time, we're going to be doing Dragon Kitchen, which is Iron Chef meets D&D, colliding as we are playing with our friend from Game Master Therapy / Dungeon Master Therapy, Brandon, as well as our friend Lightbox Gnome from Quincy's Tavern. So we're going to be playing a one-on-one kitchen battle set there. So go check those out.
Yeah.
Answering a couple of questions really quickly in chat. Tony, how you doing, Tony? How many PCs died in the first book? Died. One character died, not player. One character died in book 1, which was, of course, Mistwin, which let's just put this up here again real quick. Boom, there it is. Mistwin died in episode 15 of the show. So that was very, very, very sad, very touching. We had a little memorial for them today. We've had a few near misses, and our friend, our mentor, should I say, has gone missing, and we'll maybe come back. We'll have to find out when the time is appropriate. But there you go. That's it. Kichiro was technically dead for a bit, but he got better. Yes, that's true. I think Grax also fell into that category. I think everyone kind of spent some time down. And there were definitely a bunch of near misses, but yeah, I think we've only had one true death.
I almost died in real life because all the players almost killed me every time I did something stupid.
That's true. I was actually waiting for Grax to turn around during the funeral and say, Mistwin, while I was with you, people never thought I was so stupid. And then just walk away.
There is a reason there is now a harness on Grax.
Yeah.
I got one harness.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Helped make it.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for today. We hope that you had a wonderful day. We are now going to go and raid our friends over at Winter's Tale very quickly before they raid us, because that's what I do on my days today. So thank you very much. We hope you've had a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay wonderful, no matter where you are and what you do. Until we meet again, as always, from me to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks.
Bye.
Mwah.
Bye.